The only stability and security you have in life is change. The most evident reality in life is change. It's a paradox. Paradoxically, the only guarantee you have in life is transition. Everything will change. Therefore, we must understand then that change cannot be avoided by any human or by anything in creation. Animals are changing every second. Plants are changing every second. Rivers are changing every second. You can never put your feet in the same place in a river because the river is like life. It's always moving. Change is something we've got to live with. If you cannot manage change, you will never manage life. Young people, please remember that. If you cannot manage change, you cannot manage life. So, I've come to a conclusion. Life is simply a series of changes. Life is simply what? A series of changes. And this is why life is so difficult, because we don't want things to change. The only way to stop changing is to stop living. The Lord said to me, we are entering a season of drastic changes, and therefore this year is considered the year of change and new beginnings. Write this statement down. The most common word that will be used in this season in your life is change. It's already being used by many of you. Your job, your relationships, your career, your status, your position, your business will change. So don't anchor yourself to nothing. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. Even the present cannot be trusted because it just left you a moment ago. If you want to make enemies, try to change something in your life. People don't want to change, and they don't want you to change, and they don't want things to change. So the moment you meet a person who wants to change things, enemies are automatically created. I want to read a statement from Dwight Eisenhower. He said, "Neither a wise man nor a brave man lies down on the tracks of history to wait for the train of the future to run over him." In other words, if you don't wake up and realize that what you got, you ain't going to have tomorrow, and what you claim may not be yours next month. Therefore, your life is not in your past, it's in your future. Spend more time focusing on where your life is. Where's your life? The future. You must prepare yourself to make a logical decision. I'm going to change, beginning today, some things in my life to take me where I need to go. Romans chapter 10 said, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." This is an amazing principle. The word transform here means changed. Notice what the Bible says is the key to change. It didn't say, "Be ye transformed by the things happening around you," because you can't control them. He says, be changed by what? The renewing of whose mind? Your mind. You did lose your job. Okay, you lost it. You're going to stay home for 8 weeks crying about it? Make a note of this statement. You must change the way you think about change. Be ye transformed. Be transformed. Not the things around you. Transformed. How? By changing the way you think about things you cannot control. And the way you think about it controls your blood pressure. It controls how you sleep. I learned years ago, if you can't change it, go to bed. Don't stay up worrying about it. Because God's up all night too. Let him worry about it. You sleep. This is incredible. This is the 8 responses people have to change. Number 1, you cannot resist change. Number 2, you cannot accept change. Rather, you have to accept change. Number 3, you must adjust. Adjust to change. Number 4, you cannot ignore change. Number 5, you can become a victim of change or manipulate change. Number 6, you can manage change, but you can't stop it. Number 7, you can prepare and plan for change, but you can't stop it. And number 8, you can initiate change. Before I lose this job, I'm going to create a consulting company just in case. Before you fire me, I can start my own business on the side. Remember that. Plan beyond your job. Why? Ain't nothing secure. The reason why our lives fall apart, the reason why we become so twisted and confused and depressed and even go crazy, is because we expect things to stay the same. What do you do when your business changes? Do you hide? Do you collapse? Are you ashamed to come out? People think that you are a loser. So, I submit to you that time and change are inescapable, and these two things we have to live with. Now, how do you prepare for change? Andrew Law said these words: unless you are prepared to give up something valuable, you will never be able to truly change at all. Unless you are prepared to give up something valuable, you will never be able to truly change at all. Why? Because you'll be forever in control of the things you can't give up. Life is a passage, not a destination. Life is about giving up and discovering. Life is a constant flow of changes. Life is about entering and leaving. Another statement I saw that was very intriguing to me is by Nia Manelli. She says, whoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. Whoever desires what? Constant success. You must be constantly adjusting yourself to the changes in your environment. Ralph Steyer says, change is hard because people overestimate the value of what they have. This is very important. You think what you have is so valuable, you'll keep it forever. People overestimate the value of what they have, and that's why they don't want to change. They underestimate the value of what they may gain by giving up what they have. So they won't change. Everybody says, don't underestimate the value of what may be gained by giving up what you have. We're trying to deal with time and change, and the only thing that is guaranteed is time and change. Write this down. The only key to regulating and controlling change and time is planning. The only key to regulating and controlling change and time is planning. You've got to know what you don't want in life. That list tells you what you don't buy, who you don't associate with, what places you don't go, what books you don't read, what you don't drink. In other words, this list takes your life and puts it on a course. The only way to control time is planning. The only way to control change is planning. The secret to life is the effective management of time and change. If you are 17 years old in this room today, or maybe 56 or 86, time is still in your hands. You're still alive. Don't just exist. You've got to manage that time. Planning is the most important principle of success in life. You're never successful by mistake. You don't stumble into success. You are successful because you control time and you manage change. The only regulator of time and change is planning. Time is moving all the time. How do you regulate it? By planning what you will do in it. What are you going to do tomorrow? Are you coming to a prayer meeting tomorrow? Then you start thinking about it right away. You're planning time. So, from 7 to 9:30, you've got this plan. That means that chunk of time is already accounted for before it even comes. That's planning. How old would you be in 10 years? What's going to happen between now and 10 years? Only one way to control it: planning. Without a plan, time and change will ruin your life. Planning controls your decisions. I used to ask questions old people asked when I was 8, 12, 15. So I had a plan for my life when I was 14. Without a plan, you're gone. Life will ruin you. You're going to fall for all kinds of things if you don't know where you're going. Any road will take you there, and you won't know when you get there because you don't know where you are going. Change is a process, not an event. Change is a process. It's not an event. It's not permanent. You lost money on a deal? It's just a process. It's not permanent. Are you here with a disease? It's only a process. You'll leave here with disease out of your body. It's a process. Nothing is forever in life. The only security you have in life is planning. Life that you can't control. You can't control time, so you plan it. You can't control change, so you plan what you want it to do to you. And when things change, you adjust your plan. And stop keeping up with people who are always being negative. Plan your conversations with certain people and know when to leave other people's presence. Are you listening to me? 10 years from now, you should be a different person in a different position in life. Your past wasn't too solid. Some things happened that you couldn't control, but your future, you can control it. I want you to leave here and say, I've got a new plan. I can make another plan. If you can make another plan, your life can have another life. Make plans by getting advice. That's my prayer. Thank you for listening to this message, as we hope that it has been a blessing to you. Our goal is to show you new paths and opportunities so that you can discover your purpose. Please visit our channel for more videos.